Hi everyone, this is Russell Lowe speaking. I'm a senior lecturer in architecture and architectural computing at the Faculty of the Built Environment and the University of New South Wales. This is a quick tutorial on how to add constraints to objects or entities inside the sandbox2 editor for Crisis Wars. First thing we need to do is create a few entities that we can use, basic physics entities. Click on that anywhere in the world and then add a model to it. I'm going to use Rossi Monument to Resistance as a model. You'll notice it's a bit hard to see the thing, so with select and move and shift control and left click I can snap it to wherever I'm looking, which is kind of handy. You'll notice this one has density -1 and mass -1. That's handy in this case because it's going to make it fixed solid in the world and ignore its physics apart from collisions. We're going to highlight the x-axis and go Control C and make 2 copies of it just for demonstration purposes. Select this middle one. I'm going to change the mass and density to 1 in both cases, and now it'll freely rotate in the world. So the next thing we want to do is add some entity physics constraints. So drag and drop that into the world. You'll see the little horseshoe sort of come up. Position it somewhere where you want it, which can be a bit difficult in the 3D window at times. Scroll down and we'll make this a little bit bigger, radius of 2. Select that and line it up with the front face of this thing. That's because these things are going to work like a hinge, and you don't want the object colliding with itself in some strange kind of way. So that lines it up with the front. I'm going to change some of its properties before I duplicate it. So going down in the roll up tab on the right, entity properties, going to change the damping to 1, max blend torque to 1. I'm going to leave the max pull force at 0. If you crank that up to say 1000 or 2000, or even 10,000, it'll give you a strong joint that won't come apart unless you blow it up. If you have it at 0, it's not going to come apart at all. So for this demonstration we'll do that. No self collisions, we'll turn that off, and otherwise it's all good. So select it in the Z axis and go Control C to duplicate that. Move it up to the top, select both of them, and then in the x-axis go Control C and drag it across to there, which all looks pretty good. And then Control G to drop you in the game. F3 lets me fly. Grab my gun, and you can see it moves a little bit, but if I go around this other side, you can see it's swinging around as you'd expect if it was constrained by those hinges. So you should be able to do something pretty interesting with that. So that's all I need to show you today. Go right ahead.